I started talking to Vince Massimo in late part of 2018. At that point, I had been in the business for just over 15 years, and I was not pleased with where I was. I wasn't making any progress, wasn't improving my income, wasn't getting any margin in my life. And I knew Rod from back in the Sperry Van Ness days. Always had a lot of respect for Rod, and was talking to Vince and decided I needed to pursue it more closely. So I ended up signing up, I think right at the beginning of 2019, if I remember correctly. Early 2019 is when I signed up, and basically just because I was frustrated, I was working my butt off and not really getting anywhere, not improving my income, not improving my lifestyle, etc. And that's pretty much why I made the decision to hire a coach. In 15 years, I had never really prospected much. I actually generated business from referrals and networking. I never really had prospected. So that was something I knew that if I was going to really grow my business, I needed to do that. So one of the changes was actually hiring a coach and sticking with the coach. I also very shortly after that, I think probably about 6 months into it, I hired my own associate broker and assistant, who actually turned out to be our oldest daughter. And we've worked together now for going on 6 years. That's been an incredible change. And then I also made changes as far as just hiring other people, virtual assistants, research firms, a firm to do social media recently, making those changes to hire people to do non-dollar producing activities so I could focus more on what I really needed to be doing in the business. When did I notice a shift? Pretty much immediately within that first year. So that's now been 5 years ago. And even in that first year, my GCI jumped dramatically. So I noticed a change right away, and that continued. Unfortunately, the next year was COVID, and that hurt everybody. But I noticed a change within the first year of having a coach. I've had 2 coaches, I think, as you know, and having coaches that cared enough about me and who I am, and caring enough about seeing me make changes so that my life would change, that they pushed me to do the things that I didn't really want to do, and that they held me accountable and are still holding me accountable for doing the tasks and following the process, trusting the process. It really, that's been the actual best part of it, has just been working with coaches that I can tell they care about who I am, they care about my business, they care about our team. So for the 10 years prior to me hiring a Massimo coach, so for the 10 years, my average GCI was just under $100,000 a year for 10 years. In the first 5 years that I've worked with a Massimo coach, my GCI has averaged just over $339,000 a year, and that included COVID, which was not a really good year, to 3.92 times the income that I was making for that 10-year average that I've averaged in the first 5 years of working with the coach. And this year, so far, year to date, my GCI is over 460,000. And I'm hoping that my goal is to hit 510 this year. That's the goal, and I think I have a shot at doing that. So that's pretty incredible numbers. I know all of us as brokers want to hear about GCI and how that's improved. That's 4 times the GCI. I highly recommend the coaching. I don't think that I could overemphasize, overstate the impact that a coach can have on your business, on your life, on just the freedom and the lifestyle that you could have. I don't think I can overstate that. I highly recommend it. I think that it's good for anybody. I mean, I was in the business for 15 years, and at times I'd heard about people having a coach and thought, I've been in business 15 years. Why do I need a coach? Well, I found out why. So, and I've still got a lot of work to do. I think there's a lot of potential that can be unleashed. Still working with Coach James to do that. So I'm not done working with them. I think hopefully they're not done working with me and that they'll be patient and hang on and keep working with me.